on tech. Talk about enterprise companies. They can't seem to figure it out. Motorola, BlackBerry, HP are all struggling to find the secret sauce. Only Motorola seems to be outperforming after Google sold it to Lenovo. My next guest has been investing and developing in the enterprise startup space for years with plenty of success. Joins us now to talk about the biggest up-and-comers in the enterprise arena. Venky Ganesan is the managing partner at Menlo Ventures. Joins us now from Stanford, California. So, Venky, your call in this space is that we're going to see far more consolidation in the coming years, right?
Absolutely. We are at an unprecedented time in the enterprise space where the large companies are struggling due to the emergence of security and cloud, and we are seeing great innovation on the private side. It's actually been, in my 40 years of investing in Menlo Ventures, it's probably one of the most exciting time on the enterprise side. Okay,
but people say that about many different eras. So what's different this time around, Venky?
Two things, Betty. One is this move to the cloud. We have never seen such a big architectural shift where so many of the functions that happens in the enterprise are moving to the cloud. And second, this whole notion of software-based. Any company that's hardware-based, whether that's an IBM, a Cisco, a EMC, a Dell, they're all seeing margin pressure. Yeah. And small companies in the security and the cloud side are seeing margin expansion.
Okay, so how are the valuations in these enterprise startups? I mean, you hear so much about the valuations, right, when it comes to the consumer startups, like the Ubers and the Airbnbs of the world. What about the valuation on the enterprise side?
Well, as an investor in Uber, I love the valuation that Uber has. But coming back to the enterprise side, clearly valuation is high across the board in the valley. But the innovation, the opportunities are even higher. So at the end of the day, to me, I care about the exit valuation, not the entry valuation. Okay. And the exit valuations on the enterprise side are holding up really well.
Okay, when you say really well, just give me some comparisons. Tell me how.
So think about the recent IPOs, whether you look at a Pure Storage, which went out at a $3 billion market cap. Now, that company 7-8 years ago was funded at less than a $10 million valuation. And so you have a great outcome there. Continuing to see really good outcomes on the M&A side. So as private investors, the enterprise market is broadly giving out good returns. And venture capital returns are at an all-time high.
And what are you looking at? What parts of this enterprise space are most exciting to you right now?
So the number one exciting area for us is security. We are at such a big inflection point. Everything we do is going from physical to digital, and every time we go digital, the security threat remains. On Cyber Monday in particular, as you can imagine, security is a big issue. That has been a big area of investment focus for Menlo. That's probably our number one area, and the number two area is private cloud.
The private cloud, okay, and security. And what about these disruptors? I mean, we have an article out on our Bloomberg terminal this morning talking about SoFi and some of these other lenders, right, who are playing in this sort of, the banks call it the shadow banking market, but really what they're doing is they're using technology and funding people that might not have been able to access funding, through regular lines. So what about that space and how much of an opportunity there is in that area?
Oh, fintech is a big area of opportunity. We are one of the largest investors in a company called Betterment, which is the leader in robo-advisors. What they are doing to the asset management is very similar to what SoFi and Lending Club have done. We think that when you look back 5 years from now, there are going to be some big multi-billion-dollar companies in the fintech area, and Betterment is going to be one of them.
Okay, all right, so some big opportunities in that area, but what about coming regulation? Isn't that a big risk?
It is a risk, and it always is. But what happens is innovation is always ahead of the regulators. And so now the regulators have to come in and figure out how to keep the innovation going, but yet manage the regulatory piece. And I think people are working through it. And I think that eventually, when we get to the end stage, I think we'll figure out a way for regulation and technology to coexist. It has always happened that way.
Thank you so much. We'll leave it there. Venky Ganesan, the managing partner with Menlo Ventures.